There we see Tony Raines in 33. He goes up, and gets in the left rear of Sterling Marlin, and around goes Tree. He nails the gas, and Spencer, I don't think Spencer hit anything. He actually stopped before he made contact with.
Oh, he's just plain lost it there.
Yeah, he was by himself. Looked to have some kind of problem that got him into the outside wall, whether he lost control or maybe had a mechanical problem. We don't know.
All coming in. Pit road is open. The leaders are all going to come in.
He just blew a tire out or something. The car went straight into the wall. That is really a hard way.
And here comes Earnhardt. Third time today he's had to try and dodge one. He's far enough back he could make a good judgment on this time. Look at how Strickland closed on Earnhardt. Earnhardt's hard on the brakes, and here comes Kyle right back in front of him. Another sharp piece of driving by Dale Earnhardt.
Did you see the smoke coming off the front of Strickland's car? He had the brakes locked up. That's the idea when he comes out on the straightaway.
One good thing that didn't happen here, buddy, was the thing didn't go on down. Yep, he's locking her down now. You really got to admire Earnhardt in a situation like that, because you'd expect with the bank that the car would self-clean off down to the inside, and he didn't commit till he saw where it was.
Here's what happened. As you see, he'd already broken free and caught the wall up there. That speedy try was from where Kenny Schrader had stopped on the racetrack, and Richmond. McLaughlin was headed.
Well, contact and in the trial over here. You're going to have caution at the line. Caution at the line. Blaze Alexander's car number 81 gets tagged from behind. He spins across. Looks to be the only car involved.
There we see Tim Fedewa going in the corner right behind Austin Cameron. And right there, just a little contact, and the 82 car goes around and up and bam, slaps the wall, goes over, and I thought he hit it again, but he did not.
Ninth, and this is why.
Here's the tail end of the crash.
He had already backed into the wall, slides down the back stretch, up against the wall. Then it straightens itself out.
And once again, no sponsor for the 40 car next year.
It's fabulous watching this.
Uh-oh! Kyle Petty!
And he takes out Sterling Marlin.
And Mark Martin somehow gets by, and Kyle's going in the wall head on.
Oh. Terrific impact for Kyle Petty.
Boy, that was a big hit.
It's already happened. And
let's see, Musgrave is first car in that pack that came off of.
Oh, yeah, I think the 20 car went up the racetrack.
Ow!
Kenny Irwin, who had just come out of the pits the lap before, was right in the middle of it.
And managed to avoid sliding back
around, and he spins back across the racetrack, very similar to the. And Randy LaJoie is also involved. We see LaJoie was hit by Blaze Alexander, and he runs into the outside retaining wall.
And modifieds over the years, not just the full-body NASCAR Winston Cup machines.
Oh, he's loose.
There goes Saxey.
Oh.
Caution in.
One more angle. There we see the car backing in. There's the impact.
Kenny Irwin also coming off his best finish of the year 2000. He finished.
See what happens here with Green. You see him in the middle of the screen there, get loose, went up and slapped the outside wall, and look and go down through the cars, and no one hit him. Wow.
50 laps from the pole.
Oh, and Mike Dillon goes round back across the racetrack right in front of Kevin Crump and Ted Musgrave. And Hermie Sadler spins down, and more contact as Bobby Hamilton Jr. and the right into.
Top of your screen.
Yeah, he just lost control coming out of the corner, and he backed it over there. And in that smoke, you really can't see anything. They're just driving where they think he won't be.
That Andretti car ripped the entire suspension off. Not only that, it tore the brakes off the car. You see in the left side.
See if we can determine where and when it happened. We see two cars that are up into the wall at this point.
That's the car number 10 of Derek Cope.
That's Kyle Petty sliding on the bottom of the racetrack, and up high must be
that's Pearson up against the wall on the outside. We see Richard Petty spinning on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like Rick Wilson coming through.
Here's another angle. Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip into the wall, and he comes back into the Pearson car, and there's where Pearson hit the car's wall so hard, and you can see fire at that point also coming out of the car.
That was definitely the best angle of that crash.
Green was coming out. And we see that someone just ran right in the back of, we saw the back of Jeff Green's car jump up in the air.
He was hit by Joe Nemechek, but there could have been contact before that. In any case, it littered the straightaway with wrecked race cars. With a
team truck. There goes Ruffner around. You can see just absolutely nowhere for Jay Sauter to go. Resendiz goes around also.
Yeah, he spins around.
Take a look at this again.
Rick Corelli gets through. Bill Sedgwick in truck number 17 gets through.
6. The races that have been run, one of those two guys has been in either first or second. 60.
Oh, there goes Gordon. Robbie Gordon into the wall. He just shot out of the...
This is after hitting the wall. Watch that. Here's Earnhardt. Right behind, who is it? Morgan Shepherd. Morgan is clear. Earnhardt right through the smoke and the dust to miss Kyle, who's about to meet the inside pit wall.
Boy, that was no minor lick to the inside once he came off the outside. That's pretty good.
They're
shot.
trying to break away. Everybody else is trying to find a place in line, and big trouble in the air. Goes Mark Martin on his roof. No, that is not. It is Ward Burton, excuse me. Jim Bound is in the wall. Phil Parsons has spun. Tommy Houston spins.
Single file right at the first of the race. There's a lot of debris on the racetrack, a lot of sand. Turn one.
Big crash in the center of the field, collecting 2, 3 cars as they broke away that have really been hammered.
It's already sideways.
And right in the middle of a pack. Those first ones got through, but here comes Elliott. He hits his right front, hits Kyle's front.
With Stedman Marlin. Almost looks like Hutch Strickland was the guy who got into the 77.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. Oh, my.
Come out through here. Brett Bodine, that's Bobby Hill down the inside. There is trouble.
Bobby Hill and an Unser get together, sliding through the grass in the infield. Unser's car back on the track. He gets it back down again.
Kyle Petty is going to stop it.
And Kyle Petty gets collected.
Kyle tried his best to get stopped. He kept watching that car come back.
How he broke loose.
Eli, it looked like he just went in there so hard in turn 3. That's one of the light places where the back end of the car really gets light going in the corner. Looked like he just went in a little too hard, lost the back end on the car. You see Bill Elliott just about clearing on the bottom side, but didn't quite make it by Gordon.
Time from the Jason Binoculars in-car of Kyle Petty.
I wonder what Kyle Petty...
Reddy's car right there, coming over and touching Jeff Gordon. That initiated it.
Gordon went into the 4 car of Sterling Marlin. Gordon hits Earnhardt. Spencer, 31 car, Mike Skinner gets involved. And Jeremy Mayfield, his car goes up and over. There's Jarrett down on the inside. He slides back up on the track.
Just a minute here. What this win is going to mean for Harry Gant, because I'm sure both of you have gone for long. Oh, and Greg Sachs is in trouble, hitting the wall in turn 1 and gets nailed by another car. Hard contact.
Everybody spinning and slamming into each other as they go into the turn. Apparently a lot of oil put down by Greg.
There we see the 2 cars to the inside. Bradbury goes up and boom in the outside wall. Already a lot of damage. And there we see the 81 car is smoking. It's like he hit the wall.
Well, there's Dale Jarrett right there as they head off in the corner. He goes down on the flat part of the racetrack.
He might have had a little bit of a bump from the 28 car, his teammate, as they went in there.
At 190 miles an hour, it's almost impossible for the brakes to slow the car to miss the incident. You steer for the hole and hope it's still there when you get there.
Boy, that track closed up in a hurry. When one car spun, as close as they were running together.
Down. Also just made a pit stop. Chuck Bound driving that black number 12 for Bobby Allison.
Relife as their sponsor for these first couple of races this season. They are looking for a major sponsor.
Well, it's a tough break for Chucky.
A replay, see if we can determine what happened. He's already spun and has slid down into the wall at this point.
Well, he did hit it hard with the front end of that car before it spun around.
Here that's brought out the second caution of the day.
There's Stanley Smith in the middle in the black car. They were running 3 abreast going into that turn, Ken. There's the car number 1 of Rick Mast.
There is one car that has gone over the wall, as you see in that. And we'll get that for you in a moment.
Let's watch. You can see contact there between the 2 cars. You see the cars up against the wall. Kenny Wallace there, the 81, Nemechek in the 42, and the 16 of Ted Musgraves. They made contact in the center part of the corner. Across the racetrack comes Nemechek and into the inside wall.
That's a break for Ernie Irvin's chances to win the 500.
And there's trouble off the turn 2.
Ernie Irvin in front, and Earnhardt.
Dave Allison. Dave Allison and Dale Earnhardt.
I wonder where that damage to the right front.
That 81 car is still running well. He is.
Oh, and Earnhardt gets hurt. Elliott hard in the wall.
Major crash here on the front stretch. A car upside down. That's Bill Elliott. And Dale Earnhardt was on his side as he came down through the tri-oval.
Replay of what happened. Now they're coming up through the S's here.
Kyle gets the car out of shape.
Oh, yeah.
All by himself. He spins Earnhardt. He comes back across, and Earnhardt nails him.
I think Earnhardt thought Kyle was going to spin back across.
It's that clutch or what his problem was, but he got very
Johnny Benson loses it coming off turn 2.
Down to the inside. He didn't get. Oh!
Joe Nemechek.
Nemechek wraps him. Unbelievable, Joe Nemechek.
See the angle it goes up. Boy, he hits hard.
And keeps rim riding around that wall.
They've had such a tough year this year. This will be his 10th DNF. They can't get it back in the field. Only Greg Sachs has more than that with 11 as of today.
Around and smack the wall. Here we see coming off the contact between the 27 and the 42.
Kyle Petty's in the wall. Let's see what happens. It goes away on him.
Wrapped down the backstretch. Tremendous side-by-side racing and a crash. Mark Martin's car lifts off the ground but does not go over. But this crash is going to involve several cars.
You see Hud Strickland in the mud there. And there's Ruttman.
It was bound to happen. Lake speed is
Replay now. There you can see, Ned. That's right.
Yeah, Dale had already passed John Andretti. John went high, and I'm sure Kyle probably trying to get to the inside or either jammed his brakes on and somebody ran into him.
He really smacked her.
I tell you, this brake's locked up. She's going to keep sliding. It's a little slippery on the top side.
Now there's Petty and Marcus both coming off the wall. Tried to go high. Apparently got into each other trying to miss it.
That's just a judgment. You go either high or low. Sometimes you're right.
As Vinny said, he was trying to move on the inside of Mark Martin and gets the car out of shape. Tries to straighten it out, but couldn't do it. So he looped it, spun it down in there, and he locked about 12 feet getting by the end of that wall.
And at the same...
See, there's Robert Presley up against the wall.
The blue
and then
black
Chuck
car.
Bound comes down on the inside of Kyle Petty.
12.
And they hit, and then they start hitting each other back there. Rusty Wallace got tagged from the rear by the 23 car of Hut Strickland, and that shot him into the wall. Of course, there's Hut in the car number 23. There's the car number 8 of Jeff Burton. John Andretti, now watch his car. It goes out of the screen, but he hit the inside wall hard. And there's Harry Gant spinning around.
David, I believe you're just a little bit. Oh, look at Kyle Petty up into the wall.
Nobody touched him.
Looks like he might have had a flat tire or something broke on.